Move it a little over. You're live.
A little better?
Yeah. The tape. The expensive tape is there.
Yeah.
Well, we have a Bethany.
Good morning, Bethany.
It doesn't have 4 other people, but nobody's typing yet. Oh, there we are. Ari says hello.
Hello.
Oxy says, hey, Scott. Stuff Nerd says morning.
Good morning, Steph Nerd.
And Suntap says hi. And Yana Poe says hey. Karina says hello. We have an Emma.
Hello, Emma.
Hi, Emma. Chameleon says good morning.
Good morning.
Agostia says hi.
Hello.
1958 says hello.
Hello.
Joe Moore says hello. Excuse my weird name. Sketch says yo. Sarah Vick says hey. Stephanie says, Scott, we get a tape peel. Are you playing with us? Oh no. Ray says, morning, Scott and Donna. Still haven't written a single word from last week. Send help. I highly doubt that's true. I highly doubt it's been a week since you put pen to paper. A grocery list, a Post-it. Come on. Let's not be dramatic. Kwanya says hello. Emma says, good afternoon from a very soggy Worcestershire, which I completely butchered, and I apologize, but it was kind of funny. Nervik says, hello, Scott and Donna.
Hello.
Lena says, hi. Brooke says, Scott, do you think you could put this on your coloring pages? I'd really like to color this. Good morning to y'all.
I did, and I posted about it 2 days ago.
Yep.
It's been up there for a couple days.
Yeah. Bethany confirmed it's there yesterday. Bethany's tape with a little heart. Oxy wants to know how we are this morning.
We are good. Donna made me some tea.
I did.
And I have...
And Donna has a couple cups of tea.
Got this taped down, and I just need to replenish some of the colors. My Windsor orange. Can you guys see the palette?
Bethany says, can we appreciate the irony of Donna saying, let's not be dramatic?
Yeah, right?
She says, yep, it's totally up there. Fats the skinny boy says, hey, Scott.
Hello.
Love your tips. That was Kwanya.
Oh, thank you.
Brooke says, sweet thank you. Happy time zones to the mods.
Yeah.
I'm drawing something special for you too. That's Nurbik. Aww.
Oh, nice.
WX Gaming says, hello from Bosnia.
Hello.
I think everybody's laughing at my Donna saying not to be dramatic. It's 1 a.m. where Lemony Codes is.
Well, hello, Lemony Codes.
Bob told you, says, man, still too scared to draw the hand. So
yep.
That feels your pain. I'm going to quickly rush off. My Gouache is here. Have a good day. Oh, my
Have a great day.
That's so great.
Had I been a more bolder artist, I would have had their hand up like this and kind of doing something like that. But I didn't want to have to figure that out.
Arkin says, hey, Scott, how are you doing? Have a good day.
I'm doing good, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful day, too.
Jonna Who says your videos are amazing.
You are too kind. Thank you.
Jarhead says, oh my God, I love the background with little mind-blown emojis.
Thank you. We added a little stencil in the background.
Just a little one.
Just a little. Okay, so let's start with her face.
Mystical Ray says, hey, Scott, you got me back into practicing doing watercolor art, and I love your artwork so much.
Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah. Emma says, it's 3 p.m. for me. It's 9 a.m. for Scott and Donna.
All right, so a little pro tip. When you're going to paint, your tea does not go next to your water.
And we can't see the water.
Okay.
We can only see the tea cup.
Here's the water.
There you go. Now, we also can't see Esmeralda, by the way, just the little one. This is a real live stream. We're here. Wave high. Prove it's a live
Hello.
stream.
So where's, you can't see, okay. So I moved everything over. So there's Esmeralda
You
here.
literally moved everything everywhere. Yeah, she's in the dark, but you can kind of see.
Hello.
Hi from Germany. Where do you look for images to use as training guides? Good question.
I got this off of this one's called Dreams Time. But I mean, I kind of go through rabbit holes by just searching for like Victorian dresses or hair, you know, like just, yeah, it's just Google searching.
Under images. Lots of highs and hello.
All right, let's get going. Sorry, I just had to get a lot of stuff prepared.
Good. That's okay. They like watching you get ready. Andrea says hello, saying hi from Norway. I want to go to Norway so bad.
Hello.
Josiah says, hey Scott, watching your videos helped me with my win my art contest. Yay!
Oh, congratulations.
And Lulu says, no tea next to the water. Do you know who Abe Froman is? And hi, Mr. and Mrs. Saba.
I do not. Sorry.
The name is, I want to say I've heard the name before, but I don't know who that is. Scott is just drawing a random person. This was a mood thing.
Yeah, if you watch Wednesday's live, it was just, I just wanted to just paint something flowy.
Honey, what type of paper are you using right now?
This is the expensive Arches paper.
$10 a sheet.
Something like that.
Yeah, some ridiculous amount of money that Donna would.
All right, so since this is lace and it's going to be a little see-through, I'm going to paint some skin tone behind it.
Oh boy.
So I'm just doing it a little lighter.
Thea says, I feel like you guys are the artsy and creative grandparents of YouTube.
Oh.
You can always look up to.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
You're very sweet. I don't want to be a grandma, but you're very sweet. What medium did you use when you created the characters for Animal Crackers? Love you and Donna so much. That's Whitney.
Oh, I used a Final Draft Pro. I wrote the characters. I wrote and created the characters that way. I did not design the characters as far as their visuals. That was done by first. Oh God, what was her name? Who did the art for the book?
It wasn't Karen.
No.
Allison.
Allison Acton, yeah. And then when we did the movie, Carter Goodrich came on, and he did the characters. Blow dryer. So I could take no credit in the look of them other than guiding, the artists.
You did. You actually let them play, which was fun.
Yeah.
Jessica says, hi, Scott. I love your videos. You helped me. You inspired me to keep going when I couldn't.
Oh, I love to hear that. I'm glad you kept going.
Winged Man asks, what is the best thing you've painted?
I'm very proud of the movie poster I did for Animal Crackers.
So here's another question, and I think I'm going to take it and reframe it a little bit. They're asking, how do you get inspired? And what things do you paint? And how do you get your ideas? This is Benny. So I'm going to embellish this and say, you seem to have moods. Like you just got this mood to do this. So where do you come up with these things? Like, do you just wake up one morning and go, I feel like drawing something with flowy hair today? Well,
that's what inspiration is you wake up and you want to do something bold, or you want to do something
this. Went from October and then you picked up this. So how do you go from October to this? Is it just a mood thing? Is it just
it's like I can't eat pizza every day. I can't eat steak every day. You just, I'm in the mood for something crunchy. I'm in the mood for something. So I'm in the mood to do something cartoony. I'm in the mood to do something a little more realistic. Okay. I'm in the mood for something designy.
And it just sort of hits.
Sometimes I want to play with gouache. Yeah, it's just, and a lot of it is just, it's just boredom of the other thing. Even though you really love watercolors, sometimes I just want to not do watercolors. Blow dryer.
Yay, blow dryer.
Gosh.
Yeah, I think it's interesting when you explain what you're,
Yeah,
how you go from one thing to another, because you did like 60 days of studying the masters, and when we did that, even during 60 days of studying the masters that you were really enjoying, by the way, you still took breaks in between there. It wasn't 60 days straight, and you were like, yeah, I want to do something a little different.
Yeah. So one thing I always forget about working with the Arches paper is the colors are so much more saturated than normal paper. So if your colors in your watercolors are muted, and you think it's your watercolors, try something like 100% cotton paper, because the colors are just really, really saturated.
We are not going to dress up for Halloween.
Mostly because we got nowhere to go.
Scott, we're not really big about that. No, October is not over. How many more do we have to do? 2 or 3?
3.
Okay. This is just a mood thing.
Yeah. Blow dryer.
Okay, there's just a bazillion questions. Let me look through some of these because you guys
go
are chatty this morning. Jessica says, Scott, I hope you see this. You inspire me so much.
Oh, thank
Hilarious Potato says, sorry for being late. Please don't ever apologize. And Tronus says, I woke at the perfect time.
You did.
Giobi says, I love to draw, but I have no time to draw. There's always time. Put a pencil and a piece of paper in your pocket. Remington says, you are the reason I started experimenting with watercolor. I've been having fun learning and creating. Thank you.
Oh, I love that.
Maria, right now he's using Arches. It's 100% cotton. Ridiculous.
It's an expensive French paper I very rarely use, but
Lux Clouds, thank you for the tips and watercolor pencils. They helped out a
lot. Oh,
Oh,
fantastic.
There are no current plans for a meet and greet. Yes, Scott is using Winsor and Newton watercolors, and he loves them. And I'm glad Shiver Stripe says they are really good. They're enjoying them. Emily, I love using watercolor, but I find myself watering down my paint too much because I'm always afraid it's going to end up too vibrant. Any tips on how to get over a fear of color? Good question.
Yeah, no, I mean, it is something that happens, and you have to sometimes fight it. Even after 12 years of doing watercolors, you realize that, like I said, I just was like, wow, this is really vibrant. And so I just decided, okay, the painting is going to be very vibrant. This paper is very, it makes the saturation really, really high. And I like that. But you just have to just play around with do more washes, do a very light wash, dry it, and then do another light wash and then dry it. So just do more layers. So you're kind of taking baby steps rather than just a bunch of watercolor. Blow dryer.
The desk is from Restoration Hardware. Now he says, thank you for your face tips. Help me for my Batman portrait for school. Lots of love from Armenia. They want you to watch Owl House.
I watched like half, like the first couple minutes, and then Donna interrupted me, and I never got back to it. So I gotta.
It's always my fault.
Oh, it's always your fault.
I have an idea for a new drawing series for Christmas. Maybe it could be reindeers styled and a reindeer named Vancer. Scott has used colored pencils and alcohol markers, and there are videos in the art supplies we've tried. Shadow says, hey, Scott, math teacher signed me up in an art contest and I have to draw. My hero, what inspires me? I don't know what to draw. I have no inspiration at all. Please help.
Oh,
who's your hero?
I mean,
look up to?
I would say definitely do a portrait of somebody that you look up to, preferably someone recognizable.
Pixel says, hi, if you find a reference with only the front view, how do you draw it from the side?
Find a reference on the side. I mean, unless you're an experienced artist who can do that kind of thing. But if you're trying to work from reference, I would highly recommend you find exactly what you need.
Wolfie Chip, there are videos for drawing proportions in the Art Hacks playlist. Scott does not like oil paints. His favorite thing right now is what he's doing, what you're watching him do right now, which is pencils, then inks, and then watercolors. And Shiver says you're really good at watercolors.
Wow, thank you. I decided to give her a little bit more skin tone.
Potato would like you to draw something inspiring from Malaysia.
Didn't we do Malaysia? No, we didn't do Malaysia.
I don't remember.
Blow dryer. Going to add a little bit of red to this, and then we should be okay.
Do you like the Lord of the Rings of Power? You're living in a hobbit hole yourself.
Yeah.
You better say you watched it. That's
yeah,
right
we did, and we really liked it. My favorite character was definitely Disa.
He was,
yeah.
Every time she's on screen, he just smiles.
I love dwarves.
What paintbrushes do you use?
I just did a video on that. I'm currently using the Etcher Labs brushes.
Could you do a winter burr after October? That would be cool. Lots of love from Romania.
Winter burr. That's kind of cute.
Have you ever tried drawing monsters?
I have.
Scott can draw anime. He hasn't recently. Taking a break from painting my wall. So glad I made it to say hi. That's creation.
I'm so glad you did too.
Melissa says the art is pretty. Ray says, Donna, I know what you mean. I have written useful stuff, but haven't written a single thing on a story I should be working on.
Blow dryer.
Ray, I got a little thing for you. Every once in a while, something pops into my head that I think maybe someday I might want to write into a story. So I'll have a note on my phone and I type it in there. And maybe you're out and you're going for a walk and something hits you. Type it into your phone. Or write it on a piece of paper you keep in your pocket. Or a little tiny baby journal or something. And then you're always in the back of your head, your brain's always sort of chewing on something that way. Pizza Baby Man says, I don't know if you've answered this before, but how long have you been doing art?
Since I was about 6 or 7, so maybe about 40-something years.
He was a young lad when he started. Mandy says, OMG, hi, you're my favorite YouTuber. Love your shorts so much. You inspire me to do art.
Hello, thank you very much.
Oh boy.
Blow dryer. All right, I'm going to do green hair.
A lot of people are saying hi.
Hello.
And
I'm going to use the Dr. Martin's Radiant Concentrated Watercolors.
Please make sure that lid's on.
Yeah, I got to shake it up.
Please make sure. Okay, Anyway, for those of you who don't know, Scott spilled orange paint all over the hair journal. This was...
It wasn't paint, it was ink.
Yeah, ink. That's right. Which is what this is. In the
No, this was paint.
Down? I don't care. It's a bottle with a little squeezy lid.
Because the stuff sticks to the side, so I just gotta squish it.
Oh, God. Anyway, that's why I'm having a little PTSD from the bottle episode here. It's all over the floor still. Where is the Nunya, he has done art just with a pencil. And Ayam says, do you... No, not on top of the painting. Put it on to the side.
How else is anybody gonna see it?
Oh, for the love of God, are you kidding me?
Okay, we'll see if 4 drops is enough for the entire thing.
You're enough to kill somebody. Ayam says, do you or the missus have a favorite tip for young married people?
Oh, I would say change. Change is the most important thing. Your relationship's gonna change, you're gonna change, you're gonna become better people, and to change for the other person should change for you.
You grow together. That's what you do. You become better versions of yourself, and you help each other become better versions of yourself.
Yeah.
Steph Nerd, you're funny. Let's see. Naomi found out that they have COVID in your channel. I watched to keep me calm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you feel better.
Lemony Codes. What's your favorite piece of art you ever made? Your art is wonderful, and every piece you make has something beautiful. It just belongs in a gallery.
Oh,
little hearts and little fire. You're so
thank you. I think my favorite piece is still the Animal Crackers movie poster.
Okay, guys. So I have a lot of people asking where to get the watercolors and everything else. There is a link to all of Scott's art supplies, and if one of the mods, Bethany put it in. If you guys check there for the paper and the pens and the watercolors and everything else, but please know we don't know every country, what you guys have available to you in every country. So if you are not in the US, maybe use those colors and find something that you can get in your country if you want to use those colors. What mains do you do in Overwatch, especially since Overwatch 2 has released? Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. That's
thank you. Well, I was in the original Overwatch, it was Reinhardt, Torb, Junkrat, Lucio, Moira. But in Overwatch 2, I have been just exclusively playing Orisa because I really like her.
Okay, Frago. So Scott literally yesterday did a video on brushes. So check that out, and that will tell you all you want to know about the brushes that he's tried and uses. I think it's Ibsonic. I think that's a B and an I. Hi, Scott. I saw a Canson XL sketchbook, but can't find any reviews on it. It is called Mixed Media. Should I buy it?
Not if you're going to do watercolors. If you're just going to kind of play with markers and whatnot, then that's fine. But I would get the watercolor one if you can get it for that. If you can't, if that's all you can get, then I'm sure it'll be fine. But they're the same price, and if you can find the watercolor one, use that one.
Oh gosh. Whoa, Art has a physics exam coming up, and they're studying, and love getting to watch your art process for a break.
Oh.
Scott only likes the synthetic brushes. Don't even get me started on that, since I bought him nice ones and he refuses to use them. But I will refer you to the brush video from yesterday. Please explain what references do you use? That's Captain Cat.
What references I use?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what I was thinking here with that little bit. I use, there's a video on photo reference, and I show you where I get my photo reference and how I use it.
That's right, there is.
And there's a link on the website for the photo references, so you can go right to them.
Do you like the Tim Burton movies? I'd love to see you draw someone like Coraline or something from The Nightmare Before Christmas. And he has done some stuff from the
Yeah, I did Jack Skellington, and I do like the Tim Burton movies most of the time.
Soren, I'm sorry, but I can't read that. I know something needed eraser from Faber-Castell, but I don't know what the first two words are. I apologize. Can we use diluted white glue as a layer of protection for charcoal or pencil sketches? That's Duchess Laura.
I'm sure that's a possibility, but the easier thing is to get spray-on fixative. Yeah.
I'm not sure you would want to do that, because when you take the glue and you dilute it, it's gonna just.
Well, again, I'm sure people they didn't just come up with that. I'm sure they saw it somewhere.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying they have, but I'm just in my mind's eye, I'm visualizing them just painting that on and it going everywhere. But I could be wrong. I mean, I'm old. I admit it. I could be wrong. So. Good evening from the Philippines. That's John.
Good evening.
Oh, can you try digital art again? I do digital art, and it's funny to see you try.
Yeah.
At least you're admitting that it's hysterical to see you try.
I will.
Oh, how did you guys meet? I'm really curious. Oh boy.
We were in college. She was going to San Jose State. I was going to Academy of Art in San Francisco. And we were both working part-time jobs at a department store. She was in handbags and I was in fashion jewelry.
And we both had a lot.
She was 18 going on 19. I was 19 going on 20.
Yeah, we were stupidly young. Stupidly young. We have grown up together. Donna does not draw, but I do journal. And I enjoy that very much. And I have a travel journal and sorts of fun things. Love the color palette you used on your face with your eyes in your photo. I would definitely love a pattern if I had the time and money for one.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so it looks like 3 drops or 4 drops was not enough. So I'm going to give 2 more drops.
Please just make sure the lid's screwed on right before you shake it, please. Cineru says, good morning, I'm a bit late, but can I ask you, do you get paper cutted with watercolor papers, and when will you do a Q&A?
Well, I guess this could be a Q&A because you're asking questions that I'm answering.
Yeah.
Paper cutted with watercolors.
I don't know what that means. I don't know exactly what you're asking. Yeah, and every morning that we're here, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings, we do, we answer all the questions. So I guess every morning's a Q&A anyway. Bethany says, I swear he's shaking it over the painting extra just to stress us out. He is, I know.
I would never do that.
Yes, you would. Stop it. You have to be nice today. How do you overcome artist block? And there's a video on that. Mm-hmm. Jay says, you inspire me so much. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Why are you so good at art? Well, you guys are being so nice to him.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you start a new Burr series for every month? You guys are so cute. We are thinking about some stuff to do for the new year. So. And
I really want to do something with Santa.
Yeah, we need to do something with Santa. Evelina says, I recently bought Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolor tubes. Do you know what's the difference between Cotman and regular?
Yes, I did a video on that. But Cotmans are the student brands, and they are really negligibly different. You don't really notice the difference between that and the professional. The only difference is that the Cotman brands probably won't last 100 years like the professional brands, which is fine because you're a student and you're just learning.
What non-expensive set should I get if I'm a beginner?
I like the Cotman watercolor set, and there's a link to them in my art supplies list.
Mm-hmm. Also, we're still working on that beginner set.
Yeah.
So that should be coming together soon. Should I start with gouache or watercolor? That's Epic Laser.
I think watercolor's easier, but it depends on what you kind of like. Both are good mediums to work with.
Ray says the Doc Martin bottle kind of looks like my meds. I definitely end up putting ink in my nose. Sweetie, you got to keep the meds in the bathroom and you keep the inks on the desk. Oh, God. Scott, do you have any experience with paper mache?
I do not.
I've done paper mache quite a bit, actually. We did a bunch for the zoo.
That's right. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. We are dog people, but only because I'm allergic to cats. Donna, do you read detective fiction? You know what? I'll tell you. I just read a great novel, which kind of combines the genres that I like. So let me bring this up and I'll tell you about it. It is the Countess of Harley series from Diane Freeman, and it's set turn of the century, so 1800s, 1900s. Very proper, very dignified, but it's sort of a detective story set in England. So you get a little bit of tea, you get a little bit of the Regency feel, or actually post-Regency feel, but it's a little bit of, this woman's a little bit of a detective. So it's kind of fun. I recommend that, and I have 5 more books to read in the series, and she's coming out with the 6th, so I'm super excited. I think they meant, do you ever get a paper cut while drawing? Thank you, Makoto. I appreciate that.
No.
Scott, do you know of any way I can write a book with art, like a comic book, but longer and more in depth?
I think that's just a book with pictures in it, and there's lots of those, and those are great for middle grade readers too.
Oh my God, yeah, kids love that.
Yeah, you can get a little bit of art.
Lolita says another question. Also, thank you for answering my other one. I love the new Arisa rework. I'm also an Overwatch veteran. Do you need a blow dryer to do watercolor like you?
No, you don't need a blow dryer.
I love how that all ran together.
Yeah,
that's so cute.
The blow dryer is just because of my short attention span. I don't want to sit and watch paint dry.
Even as a portable blow dryer, believe it or not. Let's see. I wonder who you were drawing. She is just. You can put a story to her. We'll let you guys do that. Jay says, I'm crying. I was not expecting a reply. Jane, honey, we're here. That's what we're doing. We're answering questions. Don't cry. Don't be upset or too excited. Thoughts on homemade watercolor blocks?
I've never tried them.
That's not true. You've tried.
Not homemade.
Yeah. Frey made their own paints and sent them to you. Yeah. Scott will never make watercolor, but it's really cool that other people do it. Also, Ellen, who's on here, who's Fiber and Brimstone, she's trying making her own watercolor paints. But Scott will never do that. And I don't say that because I'm dissing him. I'm just saying that because he doesn't make art supplies. He just buys them. Not an interest. Scott, working on a children's book. It's my first professional art job. Any tips on art professionalism when dealing with clients? That's Joseph. Excellent question, Joseph.
My biggest thing is to be on time.
Yes.
Know how long things are going to take you and stick to that. People, you tell someone you're going to have something, get it to them when you tell them that. So when you give your estimates, pad it, so that way, in case something happens, you are prepared.
Also, please read your contract from beginning to end and know what you're signing. And you can Google some of the terms that are in there, but know what you're signing. And if you need help, hire a lawyer to read it for you. Cover yourself. Have you ever made a 3D drawing?
I would assume so.
Justine asks, any ideas for a very young artist trying to improve?
Draw everything you see. Don't draw from your mind. Draw everything you see. Draw every day if you can, and keep studying the world around you.
Isla, that would also be Scott's drawing tip for you too. You could make 10 different elves for 10 different December days.
I actually did that for Santa. Yeah, that was fun. From different movies.
What do you think of Cezanne and his art?
Gosh, I don't even know if I could recall what Cezanne's work looked like. So we didn't study him. I mean, I know the name, but we didn't study him in our 60 days of studying the masters, and it just is not clicking for me. Sorry.
They want more October.
Yeah, that'll be Monday, I'll promise.
What gouache set should I get? That's Epic Laser.
I would say don't get the Artist Loft because that was not very good. I like Winsor and Newton, but if you can't afford that, the Hemi Gouache set that we tried was good for the price.
Also, Bethany, didn't you have some small, some different tubes, or did you have the Winsor and Newton ones? I can't remember which.
I thought she brought the Hemi Gouache.
Did she bring the Hemi Gouache?
That's what she said.
I can't remember what you brought. How can I make my lines smoother?
That's just practice. You know, you're gonna get your like if I'm using a brush pen, and that's just pushing, and you know, it's a process.
Oh boy, you guys have so many good questions today. Scott, graphic novels versus manga, which do you prefer?
Graphic novels.
What inspired you to do this?
Oh, just wanted to do something. I've been working on. I was 10 days in Italy painting landscapes, and then I was doing the October stuff, and I just wanted to kind of do something different.
Oh, Ellen only did it with recycled eyeshadow makeup, not any real pigments. Okay. Are you using a gradient for the hair?
No. It's just green watercolor and some blue for the shadows, and then I'll come back in with the highlights later.
Beatrice wants to know, is it possible to mix separated old watercolor paints in the tube? They're from 2017. If they're separated?
Yeah, I mean, you could try, add some water and see what happens, but
do they smell bad?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not being nasty or mean. I'm just saying. Do you ever accidentally purposely yell at blow dryer even when you're not on live?
No, but I've been tempted to.
Yeah, he just wants to shut me up. That's the thing. You ever thought of voicing a character in a video game?
Not me, no. I don't really think I have much of a voice.
Scott doesn't keep his least favorite drawings, so they're dead to him.
Yeah.
So I would love to see you try charcoal sometime. Would you be down to try it? That's Key Rose.
Yeah, I haven't used charcoal in quite a few years.
Where did you get all of your paints?
Usually Blick or the local art store Plaza.
He's not going to start a new burr for every month, but we will be doing something different. Oh, yeah. The Countess of Harley series is the name of the book. And the author is Diane Freeman, DianneFreeman. And Countess of Harley is spelled Harleigh. It's a series of books that she wrote. Scott's favorite paper for watercolor is what, honey?
I like the Be Creative sketchbook, but this is Arches, which is like the really, really nice stuff. Blow dryer.
Scott just did a video on brushes yesterday, so you can check that out. The first medium Scott used when he was first starting out in art was colored pencils. He's been doing art on YouTube for a long time. He's had things posted here, but actively since February, March of this year. Lemony Code says you're a very kind person.
Oh, thank you.
He doesn't speak any other languages. She must have spent so long in the salon getting her hair dyed. That would be correct.
Yeah.
He has used masking fluid in the past, but do you have any thoughts about it, or do you recommend any other products that can be used other than tapes?
Oh, I used Frisket, which is like a big clear thing that you can do, but no, I think masking fluid is good for what you need.
We met about 35 years ago. Have you ever made a diorama?
No.
I have. I had to make one when I was in school. You helped me feel much better about my art. Thank you so much, Scott. I had a terrible relationship with my art and was afraid to paint for a long time. I'm grateful for the videos.
Oh, thank you. My pleasure.
What inspired you to do this art?
I was bored.
Isla is trying to fill out their sketchbook, but ran out of ideas. By the way, I love your videos and you're an inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
The answer to running out of ideas is always a red panda. Oh, J. Robert Deans is here. Build in a little extra time for projects too, for when you get, say, a sinus infection that knocks you out for 2 weeks.
Oh.
How you doing, friend? Any tips for a starting young artist? That's Ignatius.
Yeah. Just draw what you see. Don't try to draw out of your head. Draw what you see. Draw every day. Fill up sketchbooks.
Amina, a red panda. Draw a red panda. Finn scribbles. Hey Scott, I'm pretty good with a lot of paint types, oils, watercolor, acrylic, etc., but I've never used gouache. Any suggestions for brands? I'm looking to do it professionally.
I like Winsor & Newton for traditional gouache. Traditional gouache is very much like watercolor in that they're just the same, just with more pigment. I've done most of my paintings with traditional gouache, but after a while, I wanted to be able to layer the colors a little better, so I went to acrylic gouache, which dries permanent like acrylics, but it's still matte. So if you like acrylics, you can try acrylic gouache. So, and I use Holbein for the acrylic gouache and Winsor & Newton for regular gouache. Blow dryer.
You guys just keep putting the questions in, which is great, and you've had some real good ones today. I'm afraid I'm missing some, so if I miss a couple of them, I apologize. Just put it in again. He has not tried any paper aside from what he's doing now. Ivan says hi from Malaysia.
Hello.
There's a video, A4IQ, and you can go back and it shows Scott's art over the years. Markers are not his favorite. What you're looking at right now is his favorite way to do art. What's the most interesting thing you've ever drawn?
Oh, gosh. Probably can't talk about it.
Any tips for art channels? Starting an art channel.
Find what you love. If you're going to be doing this for a long time, don't pick something that you think people want. Pick something that you are passionate about.
Scott has never drawn anything or never sculpted anything from clay, but he wants to learn how to do that. You check out, this is just for everybody who's looking at watercolor. Go to the art supply list and check watercolors there that Scott has, and check the pricing.
Those are the exact colors that I use.
Right.
And the exact brand that I use, if that's what you're looking for. And then if you want to see other stuff that I've tried, it's in the products I've tested, or art supplies I've tested, link. And you can see, and there's videos. There's links to the videos and what my thoughts were on it.
Do you have any suggestions on working on YouTube? Finn Scribbles has started posting recently, and I'm wondering if you've had any tips.
Yeah, consistency. Post every day if you can. So, you know, so think about if you're going to be doing this and you're going to be doing this every day, what do you want to do? It shouldn't be a grind. It should be something that you like to do.
Give Mighty some basic things to know about watercolor.
Work from light to dark. Blow dryer. Notice how I started with the pink, and then I went over again with a little heavier pink, and then the purple. So I'm going my lightest colors to my darkest. I could even do a second pass of purple to really make the shadows kind of pop if I want to.
It says, "Hey Scott, I've been following your advice on drawing things from real life, and I've already improved. Thank you so much."
Oh, I love to hear that.
Let's see. How do I start? This is Rabati. Drawing, painting, sketching faces. Do you have videos for beginners?
There are some. There's like, you know, how to draw eyes, how to draw the proportions of the face and whatnot. I would say just don't do it out of your head. Look at photos, look at people, sketch from real life. That's how you're going to learn.
The klooch, the answer to everything you're asking is because Scott hates acrylic. They said, "Hi Scott, if the whole idea behind using gouache is that it's more opaque, why don't you use acrylic paint at that paint? What's the upside to gouache over paint and watercolor?"
Oh, acrylic is just too thick for me. Gouache is really watery. You can reactivate gouache so you don't feel like you lose it. There's so many pros to using gouache over acrylics. The downside is, of course, that acrylics are very permanent and you can spray them with water if you want to. That's why if you like that permanence, you can still get the consistency of gouache with the permanency of acrylics by using acrylic gouache.
Boy, Ruby Couch wants to know, what does Scott's wife do for a living and what's her name?
Oh, Donna, and she reads the comments, and she produces movies.
In my spare time.
In her spare time. I'm trying to decide what I want the background color to be.
Honey, Captain Cat would like to know what your favorite color is.
Payne's Gray. This one right here.
Drawing from observation is the best practice for me. That's the mightier pencil. Have you ever drawn on a sticky note? Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
You guys are funny. Sorry I butchered your name. What's your favorite Disney movie?
I don't know, I guess either Mary Poppins or The Little Mermaid.
Mary Poppins. Beauty and the Beast is mine. What was the hardest time in your art career? Braden would like to know. Oh boy.
It was probably about 10 years ago, and all of my work dried up, and we had nothing, and it was really, really tough.
Yeah, that was rough. Do you like doing 5-minute doodles?
Yeah, those are fun.
Both of our favorite foods is anything that's not in this country.
I'll stop.
Sorry. We just had some really, really good food when we were in Venice, and it was wonderful, and I'm dying for that again. A balanced opinion says her lip color is poppin'. Sephora could never.
Thank you.
Funny. Let's see.
All right, so you guys can see I'm going to start the background with my lighter color.
Isn't your page just completely soaked up after you applied all those colors?
No, I'm drying them.
Question.
You see me with the blow dryer drying. So
also, this paper is very thick.
Yeah.
And it's meant for this. So it takes the watercolor really well.
It really does.
Call me Neo. Says, any tips on hand proportions?
Not proportions, but I did do a video on hands. Not really my favorite thing, as you can see.
His least favorite thing. Least favorite. Scott, have you seen the Dragon Prince? I love their character design so much and immediately thought about you maybe drawing them in your style sometimes. As always, love your work.
Oh, thank you. Is that the one that was made? It's kind of like a semi 3D on Netflix by the people who did Avatar. I watched, I think, the first few episodes, but I never watched any more.
At Sumu, this is the Arches watercolor paper. It's 100% cotton. It's the really, really, really good stuff.
Yeah. So the downside of using the Dr. Martens is it bleeds everywhere. You add any water nearby it, and it jumps to it. You can see the green jumping off of the.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't
So
know
that's
that
why
about that.
I tend to usually do if I'm going to use it, I'll do it last. But
Yeah.
it was just so much green that I was just like, I kind of want to just get this
Get it out of the
out
way.
there. But
you can see it on the very, very bottom on the pink on her dress.
yeah, so it's really just kind of bleeding a lot. But that'll be just part of the
charm.
the charm.
Jazzku Pazku says, I am planning on going to art school, and next year I'm going to have to make my application. Any tips to improve?
I don't know what art schools are looking for, but whatever you want your major to be, I would make sure that you have some stuff like that in your portfolio. So if you want to do storyboards, have storyboards. If you want to do illustration, make sure you have illustrations in there, and try to look up the masters in whatever that major is. So if it's storyboard, I want you to try to copy some styles from really, really master storyboard artists, or illustrations. Go and look at Norman Rockwell or J.C. Leyendecker, and put some pieces that pay homage to that. That might really help the people looking at it to say, oh, this person really cares about the history of this. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah. So you know what? This person says one Lily Socials acrylics is more affordable for me. Then you do that. You do you. This is just what you see every day is what Scott likes to paint with.
Yeah, there's no right or wrong way to make art.
No.
There's none. So you guys ask me what I like, I tell you what I like. You guys ask me to try something, I tell you what I think of it. But there's no right or wrong way. And so please never get that from what I say. Blow dryer.
Hold on. Her arms are not blow through some of these. We have not tried the Daniel Smith watercolors or gouaches. He's using Winsor & Newton watercolors. If you look in the art hacks playlist, there are videos on different facial features, mouth, eyes, nose, things like that. Right now, Scott, you're using a webcam, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And we have that going through our computer. We got away from using the
iPhone
because, because we changed. How much are they? I don't know how much the webcams are, but you can just look.
They're a few $100s.
Yeah, look online. Okay, what do you think is the hardest form of art? Meaning painting, sculpting, drawing, animations, whatever.
Oh God.
I think that's really subjective, in my opinion, because something that might be hard for Scott might not be hard for you.
Yeah, I would say either dance, because that looks like a lot of work, or piano.
Piano's a lot of practice. What is the purple reddish pencil you use to outline your art? I'd love to know. Thank you for inspiring me. That's the painted paintbrush.
Purple reddish pencil. Oh, you mean when I'm just sketching? That is a black cherry Prismacolor pencil.
Bolognese says, do you find most of your inspiration online, like from Pinterest, or do you take inspiration from the environment around you?
If I'm out of the Hobbit hole, yes, I will fill up my sketchbook with things around me. It just depends. If I'm in the Hobbit hole, then yeah, I'm Googling.
Yep. Captain Cat, he's been practicing for 46 years.
I just started watercolors about 12, 13 years ago.
When did you start to love art?
Probably in high school.
He has done drawings in a different art style. Who's your favorite French artist? Mine is probably Monet. That's Lilac Reed.
I'm trying to think of who is French.
I am not the right one to ask. I don't think this guy's French.
Mobius, maybe?
Yeah, this guy that I like is German. Let's see, we answered that one. You're a very cool person. Thanks for all the inspiration you've given me regarding art. That's Topaz.
Thank you.
Can you recommend a good sketchbook that'll handle watercolors well? That's
yes, and it's in my art supplies list, the Canson XL.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be recommending the Be Creative sketchbook anymore because I don't think they're in business anymore, guys, which is really sad. I have looked and looked and looked and cannot find their company anymore. Gouache or watercolor?
Is that a
question mark? Gouache or watercolor?
I like both.
Have you thrown away a painting? Oh, Jen.
Oh, yeah.
Jen, you haven't seen him rip up a painting?
I've done them live, yeah.
Oh my God. Have you ever had thoughts of quitting art and moving on? That's Ashton.
Yeah, fleeting thoughts. But
no, not fleeting. You've had times where you were beating yourself up about how bad your art was and never gonna pick up a pencil again.
Yeah, but that's fleeting. They don't last for like more than hours.
That's not true. He moped for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever visited an Arab country? We have not.
No.
Where can I find the Discord? There's a link at the Discord at the bottom of our website, savaart.com. Any tips for older beginner artists specifically? I just feel sad I didn't start when I was a kid when it was acceptable for me to draw horribly. That's Cornichon. Do not feel bad.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that you want to start drawing. I don't care how old you are. We had somebody on here who was 71 years old and she just started drawing. You do it. It's awesome. Anyways, give them tips.
Oh, draw what you see. Grab a sketchbook and journal. Draw what you see. Draw your food, draw a restaurant, draw people, draw places, draw things. Just be like a reporter. I did this today and I did this today and this is what I saw, and your art will improve because you'll be drawing everything.
Liska says good morning and happy Friday.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Do you need to know color theory to paint with color?
No. You just got to just go for it.
What is my favorite book series? Right now I'm really enjoying this Countess of Harley series. That's really good. I loved the Harry Potter series. I'm not a huge series kind of girl. I'm just starting to get into different series of books. I usually like the one-offs. What I really liked was Brad Meltzer. He had a series, the Culper Ring series. They're political thrillers, and they were great. He's a great writer. If you guys haven't checked out Brad Meltzer, you need to check out Brad Meltzer because he's great. He's done kids books and graphic novels and full-length novels. He's really great. Kristen says, greetings from Latvia, Scott. I love your art.
Oh, I love your goalies.
Carl wants to know what your favorite mythical creature is. Personally, I love griffins.
Centaurs. I don't know why.
What paper are you using and what brand of paint? I'd love to know. Thank
this is Winsor Newton watercolors and Arches paper.
Alice, Scott just did a video on paintbrushes yesterday. Rouge Powers, look in the Art Hacks playlist. He's got videos on drawing hair. Do you like Andy Warhol?
Not particularly.
A balanced opinion says I quit art for about 8 years during college, and while I was employed, I'm unemployed at the moment, and art is the first thing that's come back to me. Loving this life, thanks.
Oh, that's great.
I'm sorry you're unemployed, but I'm happy you're getting back into art.
Yeah, sorry about that part.
You could do 50 days of state museums, and you could draw the museum or something like it each day while learning about the state.
That's true.
Glass man, it's never too late to be what you might have been. Yes!
Yeah.
Exactly. Would it be possible to explain diamonds? I'm struggling a piece. What exactly, Malum, are you looking for him to explain? Diamonds are really pretty when you put them in a ring and you wear them. Is that what you're asking? Sorry. We have been to the UK. We have never been to Scotland. Do you ever recreate discontinued or torn paintings into a new one, or just a from scratch ideas?
From scratch. I once I've done an idea, I don't usually follow up with them.
Okay, we can't tell you what's the best, but if you go back through the, well, unless it's Prismacolor, Scott will always tell you Prismacolors are the best color pencils.
Blow dryer.
Go back through and you'll see what we did.
All right, I do not like this pink.
Arkin says, hey Scott, I need some help getting out of a depressed state, and I don't want it to influence my art style because my art has been less and less happy. Please help.
Oh, yeah. Donna says journal. I think that's a good thing. I think travel journals are great. Here, let me hit stop real quick. That. So I keep.
Oh, is it wet?
No, that's blow good. But I keep a journal, and some days it's we go someplace, and other days it is just my thoughts on war or the doctor's office or a museum or just going down the street or an arcade. It could be having lunch with a friend or whatnot. They're really great. You can go to a Ren fair, you can try new paints, and you can write down what's going on each day. But you get such a variety of places and things and whatever's on your mind. I think they're really, really good for you. So try something like that. You could paint what you're eating. You could paint. It's good to go and look back on that stuff, on the things that you did. All right, so I purposely am trying to avoid. Okay, why are you doing that? I don't need that. I was trying to avoid using the same colors. I wanted to, I gave her darker skin tone, different colored hair, and I purposely avoided the black, bluish black dress. But I don't like this, and I think the black dress would look better. And so I am going to go back to a darker dress.
Okay. I know it's a weird question, but what is your favorite paint palette? If it's not Isla, how do you pronounce it? That's what it looks like to me.
This one. There's a link to it in the bio too.
Do you know who Pete Gooston is? He looks exactly like you.
I do not.
You guys are so surprise, we do go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I want to ask you, how do you draw certain celebrities' look from their eye, if you know what I mean?
Well, you're going to look at a good photo, and then if it doesn't look like it after you've tried it from the photo, try tracing it and see if that helps.
How is the pencil-shaped eraser coming along?
It's okay. It's okay. I'm using that, from time to time here in the Hobbit hole. I don't know if I'm going to take it with me on the trips, and I might use the Tombow one. We'll see.
They would like you to try a darker purple rather than going straight to black.
Yeah, I'm using Payne's Gray, which is a bluish, and I think
your painting becoming too splotchy. I guess you're gonna find out.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just watercolor. It does get splotchy.
Yeah, see, I never pronounced it Isla. I don't know. I always pronounce it Isla because I guess I'm thinking Isla Fisher. I don't know. But the actress. Hey, Richard Tyrion says good morning. Okay, so on the side note, while we hope Scott doesn't completely ruin this, let me we've had a lot of people trying to be scammed for the drawing. So I'm just gonna throw this out there. The drawing does not end until November 1st. So, and we already are collecting all of your information, and we'll announce the winners. So you do not have to reach out to us. We will reach out to you.
Yeah, and if you ever get a message from me that looks a little weird, just click on that person's icon and see if it's me.
Well, it looks like it's
you. Yeah, but you just click on it and they had 23 followers. It wasn't me.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So just do that extra click whenever you see, and that goes for any time you're on social media. If somebody famous or whatever reaches out to you, click on it to make sure it's really them.
What do you think about editorial cartooning? Did you participate in some journalism activities? I'm interested on your thoughts about it.
I did in high school. I was on the journalism team or class or whatever, and it was pretty cool. I liked it. Blow dryer.
We are ssobart.com on everything.
I think I'm going to go with this green.
We are tea people, not coffee people, unless we don't sleep and then Donna needs a cup of coffee. Okay. Was there a specific moment that made you realize that art is what you wanted to do? That's Jasmine.
I don't think so. I grew up, my mom was an artist, and so it was, I was always kind of drawing, but it wasn't until high school where I took art classes and started to think about college and everything. And that's when art school kind of became my direction.
What colors do you use for the skin?
There's a video on that, but I use Windsor yellow or Windsor orange and rose madder.
So Scott doesn't do large paintings. Okay, Logan's coming. Hold on a second. Hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm in the middle of a live, honey.
And he's probably calling to,
No, it's okay. Oh, it's okay.
Sorry, our son's calling from college. So we're going to see if we can salvage this. I might have to lift off some of it for some highlights, or maybe I'll use some colored pencils. But I like it. I definitely like it better than the pink. Sometimes just trying to avoid what you see in your photo reference to make it different might not be the best option. But you don't know until you try. It's kind of funny, all that work I put into the shading and all the layers and everything is just all gone.
Our son's a dork.
I know.
I love him though. Okay, look, Captain Cat, look in the Art Hacks playlist. There are tips for different facial things: eyes, nose, ears. The painted paintbrush. Go on our also on the website. There are recommendations for all of the art supplies that we use. Also, the travel journal that Scott uses is there as well.
Blow dryer.
Any tips on coloring more realistically in pencil?
Oh, follow your photo reference as closely as possible.
Her dress has evolved.
Yeah.
Add some gold lace designs to the dress. I love your art.
Oh, thank you.
I asked my mom to buy the eraser pencils. Thanks. Oh no, no more videos of Donna. You see Donna enough. Somebody asked if you have any book recommendations for armor.
Armor. Not off the top of my head. I'm sorry. Blow dryer. Hold on. Oh. Hey, Kim, how are you?
He says everything looks better in black.
Yeah.
Give our friend Kim Diaz home. He's here in the chat.
You guys are always asking me what other artists I follow. Kim is the first one I followed.
Yeah. Go to his YouTube page. Give him a like and follow him for us, would you?
Kim is who I want to be when I grow up.
He does the ink monsters and he's just out of his head, guys. Out of his head. You've got to watch his videos. Crazy. We're so happy you're here.
All right, I'm going to try to lift off.
He's up top. Let me put it in here. Hold on. I'm going to type it in. Let Donna type it in.
So I'm adding a little bit of water and then lifting up the pigment. With a paper towel and doing that. What do you guys think? I don't really do this very often.
You do not. Oh my God. We want a tour of all the art you've created in a big video. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. I'm a beginner and YouTube overall has helped me so much with art. Thank you for being one of the many people who inspired me.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, Kim, if you're still here, put your link in the chat so people can follow you. What is the character you draw the most?
It's probably over the years has either been Wonder Woman, Gandalf, or Snape.
Oh my God, you've drawn Snape so much. When you make a painting or drawing alone and not on a live stream, play symphony music. It helps a person focus more and also makes the mind more active.
Oh, that's good to know. Thank you.
You're saying the dress has evolved.
Yeah.
What is your absolute favorite painting that you've done?
I still think it's the Animal Crackers movie poster.
Kokory Wood says, so I know I'm late, but I just wanted to say this is a really big deal because you're the reason I draw. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be an artist. So to be here and watch you is an honor.
Oh, that means the world to me. Thank you so much.
So sweet. and they want you to do art with black paper. I'm going to use a blow dryer from now on to answer questions I don't want to answer. That's not what the blow dryer's for.
It's exactly what it's for.
Sassy people. Do you find it easier to remove pigment after or work around areas you want to leave light?
You work around areas. That's better for that. This is extenuating circumstances because we originally tried pink and then went back. I'm going to come back in with some inks again. But that is the process. Is you try this and you go, I like this, I don't. I don't think you have to have. I didn't have any idea of what colors I was going to do before I started this. I'm trying it out as I go. I'm going to see. I don't know how light my lightest.
Donna does not have a sketchbook. Realistic or cartoony, honey?
I like a mixture of both.
Justine wants to know if you've ever thought of making a flip book with your art.
I have.
Oh, Ravenclaw just subscribed to Kim. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yay.
You guys won't regret it.
He's so talented, you guys. He's so talented.
All right. Let's see if I think I'm going to have to do this with white.
Tabson says sketching an octopus is quite difficult, but at least I will practice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bethany is not. Well, she's actually quite correct. I have a lot of sketchbooks that I use for different things. Might be a weird idea, but I was wondering if you'd be able to do paintings that represent chronic illnesses. I have CVS, and nobody really knows about that. We talked about that with some of the things for the hair journal, and we are trying to be very, very sensitive to people because some things are triggering for people. Like, say, someone asked to do something about someone with seizures, but then we had other people who actually have seizures say, please don't represent that. It's very triggering for me.
Yeah.
So
I think in a lot of ways people find it like you're painting something that hurts them.
Correct.
And so that's the thing that, like, yeah, if there's a way to do it, like when we did cancer, we just did flowers, or was it flowers kind of falling from someone's hair and they were bald, and that was the least triggering thing we could do. But yeah, I think a lot of that is just trying to come up creatively with the right way of representing it.
I really like it so far. She looks kind of punk. I like it.
Yeah.
What are you drawing? I just want to know.
Oh.
This person just popped in. What are you
drawing? I'm just drawing a girl with green hair.
Have you read Lord of the Rings?
No, I tried. The Hobbit was my book. I love The Hobbit.
A Balanced Opinion says, I like to let it dry naturally and then come back to the piece because when I blow dry, I spread it everywhere.
Oh.
Cloudy says, hey, Scott, it's because of you I started painting again and found my passion. Thanks so much for inspiring me.
Oh, I love that.
You should do more Gothic drawings. They now think this looks Gothic.
It is a little, isn't it?
It does, yes. Do you think PPL pays more for abstract art than realistic sketches? Oh, people pay more for abstract art than realistic sketches.
Yeah, I mean, I think people just, when you look at art galleries and stuff like that, I think a lot of that is just rich people trying to find something to put their money into. I don't know if they even understand abstract. I don't even know if the people who make abstract understand abstract. So
Sarah says, plus you have to do the various disabilities and conditions in a way that isn't exploitative.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Absolutely correct. Yeah. He does not name the people in his drawings. What's your idea for the next October?
There was a couple good ones. There was apple picking. There was you okay, honey?
Yeah. Somebody's asking a question about tea, and they listed a really bad tea.
Oh, okay. And then watching a scary movie was another fun one. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I'll
jumping in a pile of leaves. Bobbing for apples was another one. Apple picking was another one.
Baking up. Oh, I think knitting A
Knitting
sweater would be fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Do you like painting more realistic or imaginative?
I think more realistic, but I want my stuff to not be so realistic. I want it to have some sort of style. So I'm trying to add, whether it's Art Nouveau or whatever, I'm just trying to make it a little less photorealistic and a little more cartoony, a little more comic booky.
I love the white on the lace. It's giving it dimension.
Oh, good. Thank you. I'm trying to find a way to do this green.
We haven't tried Posca markers yet. Abstract art, of course, is art.
Yeah, it is art.
What do you like to focus on or try to communicate when painting? It was pink. We changed it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm that in tune with my art to have a purpose for it. I think I just make art just because I've got to make art. You know, like I really don't have a higher calling, and this piece represents that. I just want to make something pretty.
Okay, so Robert asked, what is a good in sachet Earl Grey? I like stash, but looking for more in-depth flavor. So you don't want a loose tea. You want something that you can use. So here's where I'm going to send you. On here, our friend Lula has a company called M&T Foundry. Okay, and she makes the most wonderful flavors of tea. My favorite one that I've tried is her Scottish breakfast. But please don't buy stash ever again. Ugh, not good. The flavor is not good. I also have a couple other ones that are escaping me right now because I'm just thinking, oh my God, please don't drink that ever again. So there you go. That's my 2 cents in the world. I have a question. Once I was painting and my teacher told me I was doing it the wrong way and it really hurt me. Is there a correct way of painting?
There's literally a video on there's no right way to paint. There's no right way to draw. I don't know why your teacher said that, but I will give this caveat. I don't know if you guys were, the assignment might have been to draw something this way. So if that assignment is, hey, we're going to study Impressionism or we're going to study Pointillism, and you weren't following the assignment, that's the caveat I'm going to give, because again, I wasn't in the room. But there is no right or wrong way to do art. But in a classroom setting, maybe that was your assignment for the day.
All right.
Not defending them, I'm just saying.
Let's see. Oh, they want a painting for Diwali, the Indian festival. We are in art class right now. My art teacher really likes you. So class, she says hi. Evie, tell your teacher we said hi.
Hello.
He has drawn Medusa in the hair journal.
Oh yeah. And I did Medusa actually during a dual live with Kim Diaz Home, and we were doing ink.
That's right, you did.
So yeah, that was really fun.
A balanced opinion says I have to keep reminding myself that watching art is not a substitute for getting my practice in today, but this is way easier than practice.
Oh yeah.
No, pick up a pencil. Gosh, I should draw today. I've been slacking too much. That's NMC. So cute. What type of tea do we drink? Okay, so my favorite tea is black tea. And Scott drinks whatever I put in front of him, but he has to have decaf because, blood pressure. So, and no, I cannot take over his job. I am the business half of everything we do. So, contracts and payments and emails and shipping and all the fun things. And Scott just gets to do he makes the art. He's the creative. I'm the sweep the floor.
Sweep the floor.
It's easier to say it that way. Do you sometimes combine watercolor and gouache?
Yeah, sometimes.
And if you want brands of tea, I have some videos I've done on brands of tea. Oh, Lula, every time you mention the tea foundry, it makes my heart jump. Thank you so much. If I didn't like your tea, I wouldn't mention it. So that's how you know I like your tea. Because I would never diss you in any way, shape, or form. But that Scottish breakfast is the real deal, man. That's my favorite. And I pretty much drink it. That's like my midday. Hum Hunter says, what's up? First time on a stream.
Hello, welcome.
When did you start painting with watercolor?
About 12 years ago.
Lila Green says, if you guys are ever in the area of Niles, Michigan, check out Apothecary Teas. There are a few with a very steampunk aesthetic, and they have custom blends. Cool.
Steampunk tea.
Yeah, that would be fun. Tips for an art school freshman.
Oh, gosh. Do you have figure drawing class? Because that was really the thing that really helped me so much.
You loved figure drawing.
I loved and hated it because my teacher was really mean. But
That's just 'cause you weren't that great of a listener.
I'm a horrible student. I am a horrible student.
Yeah. There are tutorials on noses, Alish, in the Art Hacks playlist. Try that. She's smelling away.
Yeah.
Okay, Mariah, look in the, where did you put the video of the photo reference? Is that in the Art Hacks also?
Yeah.
Okay, so check the Art Hacks playlist, and that will give you.
And there's a link in the comments if you want to for the where I get my photo reference too. So I'm just pushing the darks darker in the hair and the lights lighter, so that way there's some three-dimensionality to it.
Robert's doing Baltimore Comic Con, getting ready.
Ooh, yeah. We love Baltimore Comic Con.
That was a great show. Small enough to still be intimate and fun. Kristen would love to see Octavia in a haunted house or watching a horror movie. Who is your favorite art teacher while we're on the topic? Asks Carmen.
Oh, I think the one that had the most impact on me was Mrs. Johns. She was my freshman year high school teacher. She's the one who introduced me. She gave me my first sketchbook.
Do you have any recommendations for a good place to find image galleries? Oh, that was in the Art Hacks playlist, all of the things. Have you ever seen some of Kim Jung-ji's art?
Oh, yeah, I have an original he sketched in one of his books for me. Amazing.
I found out that starting art is kind of like starting yoga. You just have to start scared. Do it with courage and do perfection at first.
Yeah.
So true. I think everybody's scared when they start something new. Yes, I do have a channel, and maybe they did put it in. Thank you, Steph. Donna, need a bit of a suggestion. What type of fountain pen should I get? Cartridge or ink converter? Both are in the $5 to $7 range. I've been practicing with the cheap one and want a good one. I don't like cartridges for one reason. I don't like cartridges because they're more plastic. Plus, I think with an ink converter, all you have to do is rinse out your pen, and you can try different inks in your actual pen and not have to worry about the plastic situation. But if cartridges are easier for you to try the cartridge, you're still going to have to clean out the pen regardless anyway. I like being able to put the pen in a bottle of ink and suck up the ink and have that go from there. I enjoy that. I enjoy the whole process of cleaning the pen too. I know I'm a little dorky that way, but there you go. Why is Payne's Gray your favorite? Melissa would like to.
It makes me happy every time I put it down. It's just a really neat color. All right, hold on. Let me just do one last blow dry.
Letter Lady agrees with me. I vote converter, then you can use any ink you want. Yep, totally agreed. Did you enjoy the digital art that you did?
The second time around I did, yes. A lot of it is, I think, just finding the right brush for you.
Steph says she loves it when I sigh because they know that I'm about to go into something I'm really passionate about. That's so funny. Duke wants to know if you ever get overwhelmed by your audience.
No.
I do.
Yeah, well, they weren't asking you, were they? No. So, but the thing is that I get overwhelmed sometimes with the job. which is, I've got to come up with something. I've got to,
Yeah, you do.
do something creative, and sometimes, but for the most part, it's really fun. So I mean, that's just, you ask if that ever happens, and yeah, I would say maybe 10% of the time I will go, oh God, I just don't know what I need to, I don't know what to draw for the live, or I don't know what to make a video of. Yeah. So sometimes 10% of the time, but the rest of the time I'm just on cruise control.
And then he just paces the house till he comes up with an idea, or he takes a shower.
Yeah.
Always gets his ideas in the shower. Then he'll come downstairs and I'll be sitting at my desk and he'll go, I had an idea.
And then Donna always says,
oh God.
Yep.
Every time. Because I never know where he's gonna go with it. Is this gonna make more work for me? Is this something he's gonna do?
That's Donna. How's this gonna affect me?
Because 9 times out of 10, when I have an idea, it makes more work for me. This is live. Live from
The Hobbit
planet
Hole.
Earth. Yeah. No, Scott has never attempted to make his own watercolor or gouache. How do you store your art, and roughly how many paintings have you done? Oh my God. I'd love to see.
There's a video on the Hobbit Hole, and the things that I have in it, but I store them in a flat file in the Hobbit Hole here. And then how many have I done? I don't know, probably a few thousand.
Quite a few thousand. Did you enjoy when you did digital art?
Yeah, I thought it was fun the second time around.
Did you find yourself yelling blow dryer when you were doing digital art?
No.
He did, however, yell undo.
Yeah, I did like undo.
Enjoy the undo button. Have you ever worked with clay?
Not seriously, no.
Why does that happen? It just bumps and then I lost it. There it is. Andrew says, hi Scott, I'm 13 and I would like to say thank you so much for inspiring me to make art. I look forward to seeing what you make in the future. Thank you for inspiring me.
Oh, that means a lot to me. Thank you, Andrew.
Keep on drawing, Andrew. You're not a lot, and you're not a part of the overwhelm. You're fine. I think the overwhelm comes from the number 1 million, because that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. It's weird, you know? So for people who are just starting out with watercolor, how do you not be afraid to ruin an art piece where you like the sketch? Sherelle would love to know.
Oh, if you really like the sketch and you don't want to ruin it, yeah, you can scan it, but if you don't have that, you can make a copy of it. You could take a photo of it. And, the other thing that maybe get into the habit of doing, if you're worried about that, is to start doing your drawings on a separate page and then trace your drawing onto the watercolor paper, if you can do that, or transfer it using a transfer paper. That way you won't lose your drawing.
Lakshmi's granddaughter is 10 and loves unicorns. We did a unicorn painting.
That's right, for Scotland.
Yep, of the national animals. So if you go back to the national animals and you look at the very first day, which was Scotland, that was a unicorn. When did you start with Art Nouveau?
About when I started, probably around 2012, probably around 10 years ago. I just started copying.
Did you start that at the same time you started watercolor?
Well, a little later, because I took a couple of years of just kind of doing things in watercolor. But I just started copying Alphonse Mucha's work until it became part of my work.
Alan likes watching you paint. Thanks for being so amazing and inspiring.
Oh, thank you.
And me again, there is a video on what Scott does when he has art block. Poloon asks, hi Scott, what does your sketchbook usually look like?
Well, I have several different ones for different things. Yeah. And I'll happily show you. Give me 1 second.
Tazanir, hi Scott, just to let you know, seeing your content always makes me very happy and gives me motivation to draw. You're one of my biggest art titles.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so now that outline is done. Let me stop this. And
We're from the U.S.
so I have my travel sketchbook, which looks like this. And then
it's out of focus, baby. There you go.
Okay. And then I have.
Gotta give it a minute to catch up.
Where's the other one?
All the art supplies are in the art supplies list, but he uses Winsor and Newton.
I don't know where the other one is, so I'll just. And then I have something like this, which is just like when I have to like do a demonstration, or sketch stuff, or do thumbnails, or whatever we're doing, right? So this is the ugly one that you never show anything, or if I'm drawing in crayons. And then there's Donna sketching in it.
Yeah, you doodles.
So I'll have that, and then I'll, I think those are my two main ones. This is the one that is the nice one, and then I have the doodle one.
What do you do if your painting fails because you shot out with the pen?
It didn't fail. You can always fix it with gouache. There's a video on that. But it's not a failure. It's just art.
Cutie Corpse. If you look at the art supplies that we've tried, their question was, can you make good art without expensive materials? The answer is yes. Look in that, and that will give you a ton of supplies.
Plus, there's a video on making art shouldn't make you broke.
Correct. I am new to your channel. Absolutely adore your art. I just want to ask if you've drawn very different body types and unique faces, since I'm really into stuff like that.
Thank you. I tried to. Yeah.
You've drawn everybody and everything. I love watching you paint. Your content makes me happy. Waterproof paper in the shower to note my thoughts and ideas so I can start directly so I don't forget them. Arisha, you see, it's a thing. There are waterproof notepads and waterproof pencils and pens, and yes, why not? Do it in the shower.
Yeah. I don't think.
Robert says, oh man, Donna, that's totally me and Alinda. Me. Hey, honey, I have an idea for a new book. Her. Of course you do. It's true. That's living with an artist. And that comes with the time that you've known them. It's like, you don't have to tell me you have an idea. Just tell me, It's like, we know you're going to do something else. I mean, what else are you going to do, It's funny.
I don't know if this is the right one.
I don't know what this is, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Have you ever done pixel art? What is pixel art?
Yeah, I mean, I worked on original 16-bit graphic games, and I did a music video for Huey Lewis and the News that was pixel art.
Hey, what pen were you using to do the lining?
That's the ZBrush pen.
Okay. Yeah. And please note, anytime Scott uses the pen on this, it's the ZBrush pen and it's waterproof. So when he goes over it with anything, the inks, the watercolors, whatever, it's not going to run. I'm also going to go back to this, like, what do you do when your painting fails? Scott always said, you have to get out all the bad ones, and stuff's not always going to be great. I mean, it's like baking. Sometimes you mess up, or sewing. Sometimes you stitch something wrong.
Yeah, we're human. Nothing is perfect.
Exactly. And
it's embracing the failures, or the things that don't go according to plan. Well, also that just becomes part of the art.
Yeah. It's uniquely you. Watching you painting is so cool. I love seeing the whole process. It's so nice to watch.
Thank you.
Tabson says, my octopus is looking so funky.
Good.
I want to see your octopus.
We need more funky octopuses.
Did you study anatomy or the human figure to learn how to draw people? And you would like to know.
Yes, that was a part of. I had to take anatomy classes and figure drawing classes in art school, which was a good thing to do.
Those stories because I'm not going to tell. He does not use oil paints. What are your favorite art supplies? We have an art supply list. And you can see all of those are Scott's favorite art supplies in there. Okay, this is an interesting question. Kristen wants to know which is your favorite sketchbook that you've filled?
It'll probably be either the hair journal or one of my travel journals. The travel journals are very personal, and they've got memories.
I've seen that you use watercolor and Prismacolor together. Do you put the watercolor down first and then go over it after it dries with inking and Prismacolor?
No, I do the inking first and then the watercolor and then the Prismacolor.
He Googled the reference. Okay, so Shubham says, I can draw quite well with grade pencils and color pencils, but absolutely suck at anything requiring a paintbrush like gouache or watercolors. Do you have any tips?
Yeah, I did too. And so I avoided them for 30 years, 40 years, really. And then one day I just decided I'm going to give it a shot. Now, what's cool about the technique that I do is I don't have to be precise with a paintbrush because I'm doing all of my details with a pen, which I'm good at. Because that's paintbrush you pull, pens and pencils you push. So I'm better at getting my detail with the pushing part. And so that's why this works for me. I don't have to be a great painter.
Sodden Ember says, hey Scott, watching your vids renewed my love for art that I haven't had for years.
Oh, I love hearing that. Thank you.
Your travel sketchbook is so pretty.
Thank you.
Scott actually doing a watercolor right now using your helpful tips. That's Reef.
Oh, that's great.
He uses the Winsor & Newton watercolors. All of the supplies he uses are in, oh, please don't spill that, the art supply list. Kiro says, hey, I have another question. I can't seem to start a big art piece. It's always just sketching and doodles because I'm scared to start. Any advice?
Big art pieces are really scary. You know, they really are. What if you mess up and I'm going to waste all of that paper and, things like that. Do you have to do a big art piece? Is that like an assignment or something you just want to do?
Yeah. A balanced opinion.
Because I stay away from large art pieces because they're
that was key.
They're expensive and they're this and they're that, so. But if you really have to do it, then just plan it out.
What are the smallest drawings you've ever done? Are there those little cards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A balanced opinion says, thank you so much for not gatekeeping your wisdom and tips. You have no idea how many snobby artists would be offended by half of these questions.
Oh my gosh, really?
Oh my God. How can you say really? Over the years, how many people have kept information from us?
That's information. This is art.
No, it's not. It's the same thing. We are of the opinion, and I say we because we are. We want to help as many people as we possibly can for anything we do. Animation, movies, anything that we have information on or wisdom on, we want to.
Well, I think this stuff also should be free.
Yep.
And I mean, come on, if somebody is interested in art, that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and encourage them.
Yeah.
But
all that to say is you're welcome. Thank you for saying so.
We're just happy you're all here, and we're happy that you like coming and being with us every day. That's a big deal for us, Like, we get to have all these friends, and Scott gets to paint, and I get to chit-chat with you guys. It's a win-win-win-win-win, What's your favorite animal to draw?
A panda.
What brand of watercolors do you use? Guys, all the art supplies are in the art supply list, but Winsor & Newton. Winsor & Newton. Banana says, I love octopuses and squids. They're such funky little animals, so smart too. I want to draw funky octopuses. Yeah. This chat is so encouraging. I'll definitely be back tomorrow.
Well, we'll be here Monday.
Yeah. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay, so I think I just need to dry this white because it's really gloopy in some spots.
Hope says,
blow dry. Okay,
I tried to draw, but I'm not so good at it. Any suggestions?
Yeah, just practice. You'll get better, I promise. Blow dry.
Underrated Chimichangas wants to know, have you ever lost a very important sketchbook?
No. No, I guard them with my life. And actually, before we went to Venice, I scanned in
Did.
all of my pages in the event that I lost
Yeah.
them, so I wouldn't, you know,
Yeah.
lose the art. Yeah, I'm
Um,
terrified of that.
He really is. Yeah.
All right,
Steal my wallet, but don't take my sketchbook.
we're over schedule, so
We are. Oh my
yeah.
God, we are.
So I am going to bid you all a good day. And
Marius Russell just sent you a tip and says, "Hi, first time seeing you live. I love your shorts."
oh, thank you so much, and thank you for the tip. You didn't have to do that. All right, so
I didn't realize we were that over.
yeah, I'm gonna wait for this to dry, and I'm gonna just thicken up the black parts again, and I think I'll call it done. This is in no way my favorite piece. It's in no way my least favorite piece. It was a fun exercise, and that's a good thing.
He's still trying to figure out what he's going to do for Octavia next, but Octavia will be Monday.
Oh, but you guys did want a tape peel. So you ready?
Oh, do you want me to mute the music? Should I change the music or no?
Here, I could do that. Here we go. We have a peeled tape. I just got to get all the white gunk off of this paintbrush.
Okay, let me blow through these last couple. I know you're asking for tutorials, but Scott has tons of information in the Art Hacks playlist, and that should help you. Dark Yellow, Getting Past Bad Drawing Day, also in the Art Hacks playlist.
Yeah.
Cheap art supplies versus expensive ones, Captain Cat, Art Hacks playlist.
Yeah. And products testing too.
Yep, and products testing. So check those out. My answer to that would be Art Hacks playlist, and check out the Richard's like, wait, the tape peel, I'm not prepared. Yeah, Bethany says, they've missed the tape peels they're throwing. You guys are funny. That was music to my ears. ASMR tape peel, you have no idea how hard that was for me to be quiet. But there you go. Yeah, so we're good.
We are good. Everybody have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
And we will, and a wonderful weekend. And
Yeah.
we will see you on Monday.
Yes. Thanks so much for being here. Practice, practice, practice your art. Pick up a pencil, draw something fun, or draw Octavia. Have a great weekend, you guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you again.